It's so good to be back here in South Carolina,
home of the Gamecocks.
Nice feed. Wow. Another fantastic flush by Bryant. Ducked it right on his head.
Look at the ball movement for Carolina. Gosh, that's pretty.
South Carolina leads. Here come the Gamecocks in Columbia, South Carolina.
Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott, coming to you from the practically brand new 2001 club here at Williams-Brice Stadium. Very soon, spring football will have this area inhabited once again. We're going to talk some football on the show today. We've got coverage of Gamecock baseball and softball, as well as track and field coming your way as well. We'll start things off, as we always do, with our PRISMA Health injury update. Very little news there, which is a good thing, but on the baseball front, outfielder Noah Myers still recovering from a wrist injury. He's wearing a brace. He's still available to pinch run at this point in time, but he can't swing the bat. And head coach Mark Kingston hopes to have Noah full strength and back ready to go in the very, very near future. The Gamecock men's soccer program and head coach Mark Burson, those two things are synonymous. He started the program back in 1978, built it up to become a national power. His career comes to its conclusion with his retirement here this month in 2021. It's a big deal in Gamecock athletics to lose a legend like Mark Burson, and the Carolina Athletics Department is saluting him appropriately. Take a look.
When you think about our brand, you think about somebody like Mark Burson, who's steady, who's loyal, who's dedicated, who's here for the right reasons and does it the right way.
He was just somebody that always had the best interests of the kids at heart, but he just had a genuine interest in the kids. We always talk about the fact that we want the kids to have a positive experience, both on the field and off the field. Those kids knew that Coach Burson had their backs, and they respected him for it. He's the pro's pro.
Yeah, I think in the end, you're going to have a small percentage of guys that go on and play and at the next level. And we've been fortunate to have a player on the cover of Sports Illustrated. We've had guys play in the World Cup. We've had guys score in the World Cup. You know, that's a really great honor for this university. But so many of our guys have gone on to law school, Stanford Medical School, Dental School of Georgia, Medical University of South Carolina, and they've gone on and had families. And now actually we're seeing the second generation. In other words, we're seeing the sons and the daughters of some of these guys go on and play the game. And to me, you know, that's really the most rewarding thing. Well, there's people that you need to thank. And then there's people that you can't thank enough. And our fans are those people. Year in and year out, our team has been one of the top in attendance in the nation.
Everybody that I've ever talked to that came through here, that played for him, that knew him, that's a soccer fan, always talked about his impact on them as a human being. Soccer's a part of it, but it was just a part of it with him. He was the total picture about what it stands for to be a coach, to teach student athletes what it's like when the playing career is over.
I'm really happy that our fans have come out and supported us. I'm excited about the future, and what can you say except thanks? And I'll be sitting there with you in the future. So let's have a great rest of the career.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by PRISMA Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and Home Team Barbecue, the new location for Carolina Calls.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
And when the unexpected happens to you, there's Colonial Life. Benefits that help cover what your regular insurance doesn't.
This is James.
Jimmy! Mom, Dad, this is James.
Jimmy! James? James Harrison from Roosevelt High?
Jimmy! Jimmy! Oh! You good, Jimmy?
The 2021 Toyota RAV4.
Jimmy!
The RAV for all of you. Get 0% APR for 48 months on a new 2021 RAV4 and 90-day payment deferral. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. I'm Derek Scott. It's time to go cruising with the coaches. That's our weekly feature with our friends at Easy Go. So let's find out more about Carolina assistant coach Eric Kimmery.
That was a day, of course, I'll never forget. And still to this day, people come up to me and say, I remember where I was when that happened.
Welcome to Cruising with the Coaches, driven by Easy Go. Oh, someone famous.
There she is. All right. You ready to do this?
Yeah, get in.
Let's do it.
Oh, man, someone famous.
Oh, give me a break.
Someone famous. The man, the myth, the legend, Eric, the Fade Kimmery.
Oh, now you're embarrassing me.
No. So, first off, I mean, what's it like to be back?
It's awesome. I'm really enjoying myself. Learning a lot, you know. It's definitely a little bit of a different lifestyle than it was in high school, but it's a wonderful challenge, and we've got such a great group of guys in the building.
Yeah.
You know, guys to learn from Coach Beamer and I think the culture that he's establishing and how he communicates and the passion and the positive energy that he has, and then learning from Marcus Satterfield, who, I mean, he's like a whiz of offensive football.
He's a whiz.
So it's been awesome. I'm growing a lot.
So what are your kids' favorite things about Columbia? Because obviously you and your wife are both South Carolina grads, so they have to have some favorite Carolina traditions, huh?
Well, number one, they love coming to the games. I've been coming to these games since I can remember. I remember Sterling Sharp playing here and Todd Ellis. That's how long. I've probably been to over 100 games in the stadium. So they love the tailgate. They love the atmosphere of the game here at South Carolina. It's only gotten better in the last few years. I mean, what they've done around the stadium is just tremendous. You know, it's just a wonderful place to raise a family.
So, you know I have to ask you, the Fade. Walk me through it.
That was a day, of course, I'll never forget. And still to this day, people come up to me and say, I remember where I was when that happened, but we were playing Mississippi State. They had a very good football team. And at the end of the game, our starting quarterback got hurt and came in on 4th and 10 and threw a touchdown pass to kind of win the game late in the game.
Lofts it up, looking for Kelly. Touchdown! Can you believe it?
And so it was a special moment for me. It's a special moment for my family. It's something that people, of course, know me as, but maybe one day they'll know me as a decent coach, too.
Yeah, I think with 12 state championships, you got a little, I mean, where do you keep those things?
I got a little case. I have them in my office. So I don't like trophies, and I think to me, the rings and the trophies you have are the people's impact, the lives you impact. I think when they know that you really care, that you really love them as who they are and what kind of person they want to be, then I think that you're going to get the most out of them. And I think that I love that about Coach Beamer and about the guys we have here on staff. As you can tell, they genuinely care about these young men.
They told me not to do this. You want to drive?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on. Okay, 10 and 2 at all times. Keep all hands and arms inside the vehicle.
I'm going to go this way. You go this way?
Yeah, we're going to whip around. Come on. I mean, this thing, it's got some kick.
It drives smooth, too. I like it. And it's all souped up. Like, I need.
Nice.
How do I get one of these in my life?
Okay, so out of our entire staff, who do you think is the funniest?
I think that's hands down Sat, right?
Yes. I'm a big Sat fan.
Sat brings a lot of like energy, and it's hilarious. You never know what to expect with him, but he's got a great sense of humor. He's very intelligent, so a lot of times it's really witty stuff.
Yes.
And he can be self-deprecating at times in the most hilarious ways. I always enjoy that about somebody, if they're self-deprecating. I do that sometimes myself.
If you had to describe South Carolina and your experiences here, what one word would it be?
To me, loyalty comes to mind.
Oh,
you know, forever to thee. I remember being on that field when we were 0-11 and it being packed. I think of the way that Carolina fans support this program. They supported my family when my brother was paralyzed playing football. Anytime I think of the University of South Carolina, I just think of that kind of garnet blood that runs out of your veins.
And literally, I mean, I feel it. Eric Kimry, I love you, man. We're family. We struggle well together.
We do.
We are just two of the best friends that anyone could possibly have.
We've been through a lot together, you know? Well, thanks for letting me drive.
Yeah, you know, they told me not to, but I figured if we got a Carolina legend in the building, he should be able to drive the car.
I wouldn't say that.
You're a legend.
You're more of a legend.
You're a legend.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. And cut.
All right.
Well, that's it for today's edition of Cruising with the Coaches, driven by EasyGo. For you to enter your chance to win this one-of-a-kind Gamecock branded Freedom RXV Elite Lithium Golf Cart, click the link below so you can sign up. As always, go Cox.
Thanks to Coach Kimry and to Jessica Jackson for their fine work on our EasyGo, Cruising with the Coaches. We're back with more of Gamecock Insider in just a moment from Learfield IMG College. Tune in for Carolina Calls. The next edition is coming up on April 20th. That's Tuesday night. Shane Beamer will join us to talk Gamecock spring football. Then the next night on the 21st, we're talking baseball with Mark Kingston. That's Carolina Calls live from Home Team Barbecue on the Gamecock Sports Network.
People have the power to make a lasting impact through acts of kindness, compassion, and strength. They inspire us to innovate and educate, to do more than we ever thought possible, to help you be your healthiest you. PRISMA Health, inspired by you.
This is James.
Jimmy!
Mom, Dad, this is James.
Jimmy!
James? James Harrison from Roosevelt High?
Jimmy! Oh! You good, Jimmy?
The 2021 Toyota RAV4.
Jimmy!
The RAV for all of you. Lease a new 2021 RAV4 LE for $249 a month for 36 months. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm so done with this.
Bank fees?
No, I'm looking for love.
Oh, you'll love Founders Federal Credit Union. I get 24/7 access. I can pay bills, send money with Founders Pay, mobile deposits, free checking, and I earn more with Loyalty Select. And Founders has awesome low rates on loans for basically anything.
Relax. Everyone knows that Founders is better than a bank.
Exactly. It's love calling.
The benefits of the big banks, the service and low rates of Founders. See if membership is right for you. Relax. You're with Founders.
We're back on Gamecock Insider. The Carolina baseball team currently ranked 11th in the nation, according to D1 Baseball, just one game out of first place in the SEC's Eastern Division as this weekend unfolds. South Carolina had a 3-1 week that included victories 2 out of 3 against the Missouri Tigers and a midweek domination of Charleston Southern. All of that was at Founders Park, and we've got highlights. Let's take a look.
Heister swings and hits one to deep left center field. That'll get down. That'll go to the wall. They are going to wave Wes Clark home. And the big fella is rumbling and bumbling his way to the plate. That's an RBI double for Andrew Heister. In the 3-2, and he does, and he lifts it high in the air down the left field line. It's deep. It's not playable. It's gone. Mendham was listening to us. That must be it.
That was it.
Dave Mendham.
There's a high drive. That ball is way back. That ball is a grand salami out on Ray Tanner Way, straight away right field, and it was hit an absolute ton. I think he guessed right on that one.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Hardwick. Down go the Bucks. And you can put Spurs on this one. A shutout for the Gamecock pitching staff. They defeat Charleston Southern tonight by a score of 9-0. So the baseball program rolling right along. Carolina softball also moving through its season. They were at home earlier this week against in-state rival Furman, a doubleheader. Gamecocks took care of their business. Here are the highlights. So the Gamecocks handle the Paladins. Speaking of in-state rivals, the big one, Carolina and Clemson. That is up next for Coach Bev Smith's team, and we'll, of course, follow along with that here on Gamecock Insider. We're coming back with more in just a moment from Learfield IMG College.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
People have the power to make a lasting impact through acts of kindness, compassion, and strength. They inspire us to innovate and educate, to do more than we ever thought possible, to help you be your healthiest you. PRISMA Health, inspired by you.
So very
Sansbury. It's not just about style and vision. It's about passion. Our passion to make sure that you have the perfect glasses or contact lenses for your look. You know, it's just so very Sansbury. With so many choices and options available, we want to make sure your eyewear looks great and feels great. That's so very Sansbury. So very Sansbury Eye Center.
Good hard work has earned Sean Peterson the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the track and field team, Peterson is a sophomore finance major with a 4.0 GPA. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
There's a high drive. That ball is way back. That ball is a grand salami out on Ray Tanner Way, straight away right field, and it was hit an absolute ton. I think he guessed right on that one.
That's your Sansbury. Did you see that play? Maybe the longest home run we've seen hit all season long at Founders Park, well over 400 feet off the bat of Josiah Seidler. Speaking of home runs, a 2-home-run day in the doubleheader against Furman from Carolina softball catcher Jordan Fabian. She is our Terminix Pest Player of the Week for her performance at the plate and behind the dish as well. Switching gears now, let's talk some track and field. Carolina's men's and women's team rolling through their spring season hosted another event, this one the Gamecock Invitational. Let's take a look at some highlights from the day.
How bad do you want it? Can you feel it in your veins? Blood, sweat, and tears, you get stronger from the pain. Can you handle the pressure when they calling out your name? 10 seconds on the clock, shoot your shot, make it rain. See the look in my eyes, I'm in the zone. Call it out, put the gloves on, we can get it on. Knock you out of a lion, stronger than I am. I am not afraid to step in the fire. Block all the hate like a goal. Keep shining like a roll. There ain't no competition. We just go. Keep on winning. Are you ready? Let's go. You wanna win? Hustle. Play your game. How it goes. Get ready. Let's go. Go hard, go home. Go harder, 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 go home.
Absolute Total Care. One plan, always covered. Learn more at absolutetotalcare.com.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
If this is your kind of day, and this is your kind of truck, then this is your time to buy. During the Built for Spring sales event, get great deals and great offers on the legendary workhorse Ford F-150 and the adventure-ready Ford Ranger. Make the most of your spring in a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the Built for Spring sales event. Now, get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
People have the power to make a lasting impact through acts of kindness, compassion, and strength. They inspire us to innovate and educate, to do more than we ever thought possible, to help you be your healthiest you. PRISMA Health, inspired by you.
Farm Bureau Insurance is giving you a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming home women's basketball game. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to win. Everyone that registers will be entered for the chance to win the grand prize, an autographed ball from Coach Don Staley. Register to win at usccontest.com. That's usccontest.com.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by PRISMA Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and Home Team Barbecue, the new location for Carolina Calls.
We are back on Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott. We're in the 2001 club here at Williams-Brice Stadium. Not far above us, of course, is the Zone. That was hosted recently to a fun event. We talked about it before on the show. It's the Top Golf event that was going on during Masters Week. Some Gamecock football players got a chance to participate, find out what it was like to chase that little white ball around and be frustrated like the rest of us who've tried to play that sport over the years. It was a lot of fun, though, and our cameras were there to catch it.
Okay. Damn, I'll see where we. Ain't gonna see where we. Whoa. You didn't see that. You didn't see that, though. Hey, I got that thing on there. Yeah. Oh. That's awesome. Take your time. Like free throw.
Boy, that looked like a lot of fun for those young men. Speaking of fun, they're going to have it here at Williams-Brice Stadium next weekend as well. Of course, the spring game coming up for Shane Beamer's squad. Let's talk a little bit now about our Toyota keys to the game before we go. We're going to focus on Carolina softball. They are getting ready to play Clemson for the first time ever in that sport. So how do you build up any more emphasis and pressure than that? So for those young ladies, the key is don't think about it as pressure. Think about it as an opportunity to pick up a win over your hated rival and help the Gamecocks move on to winning that Palmetto Cup. That'll do it for our Toyota keys to the game. Let's go places. And that will also do it for our program this week. I'm Derek Scott. Thanks for joining us here on the Gamecock Insider. We'll talk to you again next week.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.